Welcome back to the land of the seven suns, where the fishy plant man lives. Well, I think I like that one, but I've also said that before. Okay, so I'm finally back. I wanted to make a few more videos before the babies all grew up, which only one of the babies actually grew up. Kind of weird. But I couldn't. I kind of got knocked head over tea kettle, so to speak. First it was physical. I thought it was a sprain. The doctor thought it was a sprain. Then the sprain started acting weird. It ended up in my upper thigh before it finally went away. Actually, it kind of went all the way up into my back and my hands in some ways. But it eventually let loose, at least of the death grip that it had, keeping me in bed, and something comes up and I gotta get up. No, you don't. Yeah, you do. No, you don't. Yeah, you do. And, eventually I crawl out of bed not wanting to. But then as that started to subside, I got ill, like, I guess physically ill. Not 100% sure what it is. Don't really care, because my idea of illness is get over it as fast as you can. Well, I haven't really been able to get over it too terribly quickly. But it's about time I made a video, and it's a little warm, but yeah, I'm feeling well enough to make a video. So, let's see if I can find a fish that I think I'm going to call charcoal. And that's a name of honor after a chicken of all things, but I'll get there after I find her. Did I just find her? No, that's not her. That's another black baby, but it's not big enough to be her. Like I say, only one really grew up. Okay, I'm going to have to get all the way down. Bear with me. Oh, okay. I don't know how I'm going to get back up, but I'm on the floor. There's another couple of babies over here. They're not her. Wait, maybe that other one in the background is her. There's an auto down there in the rocks. No, that doesn't look like her either. Where is she? Oh, here she is. Yep. That is charcoal. Where'd she go? She's on the move. That is the one I'm calling charcoal. She was super black as a I don't know, a grain of sand. You can't see her now because she's hiding behind, well, not really hiding, but eating on that plastic plant. But you can see her tail and dorsal are both black. And because I couldn't decide if she was a fantail guppy or one of the catfish, the autos, I had to think about it for a while. Now, obviously, she's big enough that it's pretty obvious wherever she went that she's a guppy. That's fine. But because of that confusion, I'm thinking of calling her charcoal. After a confusing, that's not her. After a confusing chicken. Okay, I didn't confuse the chicken for a duck or anything, but she did confuse me. Because as I said, she's a chicken. Well, at first, when I first saw her, I saw the spurs. Okay, there's a rooster that lives here on the property. Because we moved on to basically her property. So, and I saw the spurs, and I said, okay, it's a rooster that lives here. And later, my brother caught the rooster because he's the quick one, I think. They're very old memories. But I think he caught her, and at any rate, we got her in the chicken coop. And I'm just going to refer to her as a female because that's how I ended up knowing her for years, despite the spurs. But I'll get to the spurs. So, she got spurs. She's a male. She's now in the coop. I guess the fish charcoal is up here now. She's in the coop, and I'm looking at her, and she's definitely got spurs. But other than that, she looked like a hen. Can't be. Hens don't have spurs. Yeah, well, this one does. So eventually... Wait. Is that charcoal? She keeps getting out of frame because she moves around. I think that's charcoal, but at this angle, she looks a little less black in the tail than I'm used to. But she's in the cage, and she's got spurs, and I'm thinking I've never seen... Goodness, would you slow down? I've never seen a hen with spurs before. And I wouldn't be surprised if a lot of you are agreeing with me. No, hens don't have spurs. That's what I thought. And never seen it again. This one hen with spurs. But before things settle down, they get worse. She ends up fighting. She ain't out of the cage yet. She ain't out of the cage yet. And she ends up fighting with all the chickens in the cage. Confinement too tight, whatever your theories are for why she would fight. Obviously she's from fighting stock if it's a hen with spurs. Yeah. Sorry. I'll agree with you on that one. She was very aggressive. Her offspring were almost as aggressive. She starts fighting with all the chickens in the cage. I think the 2 roosters were killed and a couple of hens were killed. Okay, well, we can't keep them in the cage. Let them all out. She's been running loose all this time. What's a handful of hens more? So we let them out. And nothing happens for quite a while. The fighting subsides because they got the world to run. But I don't know where she went again. Here's the autos. They might be easier to keep track of. Nothing happens for quite a while. And eventually... Boy, I hope I got all these in order. They're very old memories. But eventually, Grandma's got a problem with one of her roosters in the chicken coop. It's basically a rooster attacking an old woman. Can't have that. So she let it out of the chicken coop. That helped. And it was to be shot. The only problem was nobody could hit the bird. Not a family of bad shot, I mean, the family's a pretty good shot, but they couldn't manage to hit this bird. So I said, I got an idea. Why don't we just, take her to the house. She can run, or he, because this is clearly a rooster. He can run and, maybe he'll act like a rooster. So we get him to the house and a little bit of time goes by and yeah, he acts like a rooster. But who shows up with babies? The hen, the rooster that looks like a hen ends up with babies. So, okay, all doubt aside, this is a hen with spurs. Whatever. I've never seen it before. I've never seen it since. But this was clearly a hen with spurs. And the best mother chicken I have ever known. Silkies tend to be good, broody chickens. Okay, fine. But they're not the mothers that Charcoal was. There's not a chicken that can take that title. There's just not. I don't care. She's the all-time award-winning mother chicken. She's got the title and she can't lose it. That's a fact as far as I'm concerned. So, because... There she is. Because she confused me, and I thought she might be an Otto. Where'd she go? I filmed the Otto, and now I probably will have trouble finding her again. We need a stand-in. There. You're the stand-in Charcoal. Yeah. Because she confused me on species, actually, for a while, I'm going to give her the honorary name. These little guys are too small and too active. There she is. The honorary name of Charcoal. Because it's a critter that confused me. It really shouldn't have. So, that's that little black baby. Basically grown up. I'm going to call her Charcoal. Yeah, I now that I've talked about the story and everything out loud, I think I'll call her Charcoal. She won't be as good of a mother, but that's just tough. She confused me, so she gets an honorary name. Of the chicken that confused me. And I think that chicken would confuse just about anybody. Spurs, rooster. Okay. 99.9999999% of the time, I would agree. Spurs means rooster. But there's that one out there. So I'm sure that there's others. I haven't seen them. I'm guessing you haven't seen them. But they gotta be out there. And as far as her offspring are concerned, because you would think that would be the others, oh, the boys would grow pathetic spurs compared to hers, and the girls wouldn't grow any at all. So apparently the half-breeds of whatever my chickens were versus whatever she was, that half-breed process takes enough out of it that the hens wouldn't grow spurs. That's the only thing I can explain that with. Okay, so those are the not-so-baby fish. Over here I've got orchids going for a swim. There's still guppies swimming around. Guppies? No. I've been doing this too long to make that mistake. Tetras. Neon Tetras swimming around in this tank. No, none of them are cardinals. They're all Neon Tetras. Unless I've got the species confused again. No, they're all Neon Tetras. And, yeah, there's a leaf there. Most of the plants seem to be doing pretty well. That arrowhead down there takes a trip from down there at night to up in the window during the day, back down there at night, rinse and repeat. So, yeah, it seems to like light. I think I said that right. Seems to like light. That thing just doesn't want to grow. It's supposed to be easy, but it just doesn't want to grow. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to try to do there we go. A very simple edit. Put fingers over the screen. Okay. This video's not as long as I thought it might be. Anyway, here is the rubber tree. And the interesting thing about it is there's the leaf that was, kind of a spur sticking out the top. And the spur, it was a little spur, I guess I gotta be on the other side. The spur went up to like there somewhere, from, the base of the top, and it went up to, I don't know, about there someplace. This one keeps going. It's a much lighter red, and going and going and going and going and going, and there's the top. If I back up to get all of it, it's much lighter, much taller. I'm not quite sure what's going on there. Is it going to be kind of a back and forth thing? One leaf gets the stout little gnome cone thing, and then the next one's going to be one of these weird long ones. I don't know. But that's what it did this time. This big, light red, maybe kind of pink, big tall one. So, yeah, okay. And then I brought the Dracaena back into the space. I don't want that sculpture in it, just because it's dirty. It needs a special liquid or whatever to clean it, and haven't gotten around to getting it for, I don't know, ever. So that particular statue is dirty. There's the Dracaena. Yeah, some kind of Dracaena. It's been staked up because, well, it tipped over, and now it's got a funny kink in its growth. I don't know if that's very obvious, but there's the funny kink in the growth. It's doing good. It's got new leaves popping out. They don't seem to want to let go of each other there, but those are the new leaves. They're trying to let go of each other. And I hope you didn't hear that. It was just a quiet burp. There's nothing. I just hope you didn't hear it. I can't think of anything else. 20-minute video. I thought it was going to be longer. It is what it is. And if there's nothing else, I guess I'll talk to you next time.